Becky here with Remax Steering Team and wanted to do a little video about different outdoor activities here in West Michigan. And with me we have Don, who is the race director for the Grand Rapids Marathon.
How you doing?
Hi, thanks for joining us today. Don, can you tell me a little bit about the history of the Grand Rapids Marathon?
Sure, we're going into our 22nd year. It's been a really good journey. We started when they first built Millennium Park. That year we said, hey, you know what, we've got enough space to do a marathon now. Before that we were doing little off-the-wall events at breweries, usually 5K, and it was kind of no permits, no nothing, just run 5K from the brewery, have a couple beers, and produce some t-shirts and stuff for a pretty limited number of people. But then it's kind of like, okay, you know, I ran a lot of marathons, and so I'm like, I want to put one on. And so we decided, a couple of friends, we just decided, hey, let's see what happens. Went out and measured a course, 13 miles out there, and did it twice. And that was 2004.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
we ran that on Halloween 2004. And the next year, they opened the YMCA here, the David D. Hunting YMCA here in downtown. We moved downtown because we already outgrew Millennium Park. We had 930 people the first year. And so we outgrew Millennium Park and we moved down here to the Y, and we've been here ever since. So this is our 21st year at the Y out of 22 years. And it's just become a really fun thing, and now an institution in Grand Rapids.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. All right, can you tell me a little bit about the marathon, the Grand Rapids Marathon? What is the draw to that marathon?
One of the things that we have, we've got some unique stuff. Okay, we have our pace teams are based on celebrities.
Okay.
So you can run Oprah's pace, or you can run George Bush's pace, or you can run Al Gore's inconvenient pace team, or you can run, you know, the same speed as some of the other celebrities who have run marathons. That's one thing. We started out, we were probably the first marathon to have pickle juice at the marathon. We have a very personal feeling to the marathon too. If people are, I will bet you that 90% of the people who are running our event can tell you who the race director is. Because every week they're getting an email from me saying, hey, this is going on. And I'm sharing stories. It's not just, here's technically what's happening, here's just a briefing on what's happening next week or whatever. You know, I share, you know, training things, I share adventures that we've had. Ideas, it's like, how do you overcome this? How do you overcome that? Adventures you can just sign up for. And I encourage people regularly to make a list, get out there, sign up for something that makes you feel uncomfortable. And I don't care if it's running or whatever it is. I've been doing a lot of swimming lately too. And you know, all of those adventures are out there for people. They can have a bigger life than they imagine. And I share that on a weekly basis with everybody. So it's that personal feeling that when they come here, you're not just running a marathon, you're running a marathon with people who love you and people who care, and people who are just like here about making you as good as you can be.
That's wonderful. And you were talking to me about the certification of the course itself.
Yeah, we have had a little change this year. They're building a soccer stadium in our parking lot here at the Y and in Dash 7. So we've lost our parking area, we've lost our staging area. They've cut Winter Street down to half of its width. You can still get 2 cars through there, but it ain't much more than that. So we've moved our whole operation south to just south to a quarter of a mile, 0.27 miles. So we had to change our whole course. The course is basically the same, but the out and back at the end of the 10K and the out and back at the end of the half marathon, and the out and back, we got to go past the bike bridge and back out at the marathon course. So all of our mile markers, of course, are in the wrong place. So I had to go out and remeasure all of the courses for certification. It's important to get certification because, number one, if you want to qualify for Boston, it has to be a certified course by USATF standards. And so, you know, I had to go out there, change all the courses, redraw all the maps, and you submit it all to our state reviewer, and he reviews it, makes sure that everything is done to spec and that the fonts on the maps are big enough so people can read them and all that kind of stuff. So I had to do all of that. So it's been kind of a busy summer getting all that stuff done. But you have to have the certification, and it gives the people, when they run a personal record, it's nice to know that it actually was a personal record. I know I ran a 5K personal record one time. I know darn well the course was too short. That's why I was so fast that day. And so I like to I want to make sure people get their money's worth when they come out here and do it.
Okay, well, wonderful. And there are some practice runs, right, before the Grand Rapids Marathon that they can practice running and meet some of the pacers.
Yeah, we do.
Right?
We did it just this last weekend. We did we have a 10 and 22 mile training run. It's free. It's with us and a couple of our big charities. Primarily Team World Vision is one of our main outfits. They bring 600 and some people here to run.
Oh, wow.
And so they team up with us on this practice run, on the 10 and 20 mile training run. We do loops out around Millennium Park, so we've got a lot of support out there. We'll have an aid station. Team World Vision will be out there with one of their aid stations. Hope Water will be out there with another one, and Grand Rapids, or Run GR, will be out there with another one of the aid stations. So we take care of them. We've got our local people here all teaming up. We bring all the organizations in, the charities, the run clubs, everybody comes in here and runs with us that day. We had 450 people out there last weekend.
Oh,
so
wow.
it turns into a really good thing.
Okay.
And then we'll have our staff run this Sunday, which is people on the staff who are busy on race day, want to go out and earn their medals. And so we go out and run and get some mileage in ourselves. And plus check the course, make sure that nothing silly happened. Because that's been known. And we came past our 21 mile mark out on Indian Mounds Road one time, and Grand Rapids had repaved their piece of Indian Mounds Road. And so we didn't know where our turnaround was.
Oh, no.
We didn't know where the 21 mile mark was. And so it was one of those emergency edits. And so fortunately we have our people out there looking at the course, seeing the course, making sure everything is good.
You had mentioned Run GR. Are there running groups here in West Michigan that people can join and be a part of?
We have a lot of running groups in West Michigan. And several of them I put in my newsletter every week. There's a Run GR, of course, is our training partner. They handle their really good training program and they're a paid group. They've got coaches, the whole thing that is happening. But we've also got, many of the breweries will have something going on.
Okay.
Creston has a run group. They don't run out of Creston anymore. They run out of another spot. But there's the Hills and Stairs guys on Wednesday nights that run out of City Built. There's the Holland Running Club. There's people running out of Striders. There's people running out of Gazelle every week. And there's lots of people. There's people running out of the YMCA for that matter. We used to have a pretty active running group here at noon. Most of those guys have gotten kind of old, and a lot of them have moved out of the area. So we don't have the group we used to have here at the Y, but there are run clubs and run groups all over the place that you can get involved with.
Okay, so there's lots of different options for people here in West Michigan to be able to join run groups. I'm sure you have some really good stories how the Grand Rapids Marathon positively impacted some of the runners. Do you have any of those that you wanted to share?
Yeah, the stories started coming in even the first year. And this just like always gets me when I tell about it, is this gal who had really 3 years to the day before our first Grand Rapids Marathon had tried to commit suicide.
Oh, wow.
And she turned her life around, started doing physical activity, started getting involved, did the first Grand Rapids Marathon, and just changed her life. And now she's married, got 2 beautiful girls, lots of positive changes in life. I had one gal who literally lost 150 pounds. I mean, she lost a whole person worth of weight. And she just not only ended up doing the marathon, she trained other people. She helped other people who were in that kind of a situation. She started with a 10-minute walk and got off the couch and started doing things and started, changing her life. I get people, 82-year-old guy runs his first marathon. that kind of thing happens. We have people who have not done this their whole life, and they come out and do this. And every year we have somebody in their 60s, 70s, 80s who've never run a marathon before, and they come out and they do it. And then I've got all these people who are running for like Team World Vision. We used to have leukemia team in training. People, you look at these people, and these are not runners. They are people who have a cause bigger than themselves. And so what they say is, I want to go and I want to help, raise money so that people can drink fresh water instead of ditch water in Africa. Mm-hmm. And so they're out there, they're raising money, they're doing all kinds of stuff. They're doing stuff to help other people. In the process, they're building communities, and they're building friendships, and they're encouraging each other, and they're out there doing something because they want to make stuff happen. And the world, every year there's tons of people who are out there saying, yeah, I'm gonna make life better, not just for me, but for somebody else. And those stories, that's one of the reasons I love doing this. I get to be out here and be part of it. And I get to see people when they're doing that kind of thing. And I go out and run with the groups. I'll go out and visit Team World Vision when they're training up at the park, up Riverside Park. The Hope Water guys train out at Millennium. I just get out and check in on the various groups because they're out there, they're here to do our event, but they like it when the race director shows up and says, hey.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's wonderful.
We're planning on holding this race every year, the third Sunday in October. If you need more information, you can get it at grandrapidsmarathon.com. You can scroll down to the bottom of that page and sign up for my newsletter. It comes out every week. It's on Thursdays. It's a lot of good information about what local running groups are out here, what's going on. Hopefully I'm sharing an inspirational story or just making you laugh once in a while. And there's always something out there for everybody. So feel free to get in contact with us. We have Facebook pages. You'll be out there. We have other events as well. We have the Groundhog Day Marathon coming up in February, the first weekend in February. It's probably our craziest event. We're running a marathon in the middle of February in Michigan, so
never know what the weather's going to be.
Yeah, you don't know. We've had clear and we've had 1.5 feet of snow, so it just depends on the year. But we have a lot of fun with that. We do a couple, one specifically targeted at Boston qualifying people that happens the week after Labor Day. We have one the week before Labor Day because people my speed aren't invited to the BQ, so we have one that also includes a half and a 10K as well that weekend. So we got 4 events we do all year, plus we do our training runs and we do a little bit of stuff here and there. Kids Marathon, that's coming up.
Oh, that's fun.
And the thing is, we don't close registration until race day. So if you're not signed up for this year yet, you can still sign up, come on out. In fact, I think 95 people signed up yesterday. It was awesome.
Wow.
And a lot of people are still out there getting ready to do this marathon. They put off the registration maybe because they waited, make sure they weren't injured, make sure they could do their 20-miler, make sure they could do whatever before they decided to sign up. But now people are rolling in. We're expecting a lot more registrations before race day, and we're looking forward to having.
Well, thanks, Don, for joining us. Look forward to seeing you at the race here in the next couple weeks, and for putting this on and for being so positive here in the West Michigan area, and being able to hold this event that will be wonderful for the community. So check out the website, and I'll definitely see you there.
Looking forward to it. We'll have a lot of fun out there.
Thanks, Don.